Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. In this video, I want to share with you a practical technique that you can incorporate into your Bible study called textual worksheets. Sound boring? Well, actually, it's one of the most helpful methods that I've ever come across whenever I really want to dig deep into a particular Bible text. Now, I'm going to show you a little later in the video how to make your own textual worksheets, but before we do that, I want to just share with you why this can be such a useful tool. Now, I don't know what kind of Bible you use, but if it's not a wide margin or a journaling Bible, chances are good there's not a whole lot of room in the margins for note-taking. Let me show you what I mean. This is the Bible that I'm currently using. It's a New American Standard with center column references. Great references, but as you can see, not a whole lot of room in the margins for note-taking. So the problem is, if I want to write anything in my Bible, I have to write really small, and then sometimes it's not easy to go back and read what I've written later on. So a textual worksheet is a great alternative to that. If you're the kind of person who likes a clean Bible, you don't actually like to write anything in your Bible, or the kind of person who wants to take notes but your margins are so small that they're just not conducive to that, or maybe you love to take notes but your Bible's just so full of them that you don't have room for anything else, a textual worksheet really is the way to go. So now I want to explain how to actually make a textual worksheet. And for this, all you're really going to need are three things. The first thing you'll need is some sort of Bible program. Most of the time I use a program called Accordance, which is pretty high powered, but can also be pretty expensive. So if you don't really want to invest a whole lot of money into something like this, it's just as easy to go online to a website like Bible Gateway or Bible Hub, which are free, and work just as well when it comes to making a textual worksheet. The second thing you'll need is some sort of word processor. So something like Microsoft Word, or if you're a Mac user, something like Pages would work great. Now, once you open the text in your Bible program that you want to study, all you're going to do is copy and paste it into your word processor. And from there, you can change the font size, you can play around with the margins, you can adjust the justification settings, but you want to end up with a document that has plenty of room in the margins for note-taking. So here's an example of a textual worksheet that I made a few years ago for a study in 1 Peter. And as you can see, you've got the text in the middle of the page. It's big enough that it's easy to read when you study it, but it's small enough that it gives you plenty of room in the margins for taking notes, even room on the bottom of the page for note-taking. A lot more room than you'd find in the margins of a typical Bible. Now, you can adjust this however you want to, but once you get a document that you're satisfied with, the third thing you're going to need is a printer. Just print it off and then you're ready to go. Now that we've got our nice, clean textual worksheet, it's time for us to have some fun with the text. Take whatever markers, highlighters, pens or pencils you want to use, and just start marking anything that you find interesting or important as you read. Use the space in the margins to write down your observations and your questions. What are you seeing as you engage with a particular text? Remember, the point of a textual worksheet is to give us plenty of room for note-taking. So write something down even if it seems basic or simple. The great thing about a textual worksheet is even if we fill the page with our notes, we can always go back and print a new copy and pick up where we left off. One of the biggest advantages of textual worksheets is that they allow us to get our thoughts down on paper, which in turn frees our minds to see more in a particular text. Joseph Geddes, who is an American professor of religion, made this observation: "You should stress to all of your pupils the importance of working on paper. For what is written on paper releases the mind to fasten its attention on something more." Think about it. If I asked you to go to the grocery store to pick up 5 things, and then on your way there, I called you and gave you 5 more items to purchase, it's going to be hard to remember any of those things without writing them down. But if you write down that first list of 5 items, it's going to free your mind to be able to focus on the new information that you're given. And the same is true of Bible study. Once we begin to write down our observations on paper, it's going to free our minds to be able to see all of the beauty that God intends for us to see in a particular text. So give it a try. And let us know in the comments section below what you think of this particular Bible study method. Thanks for watching, and until next time, Happy studying.